SAN AGU Case Study, The Truth Behind a 30-Year Label of Intellectual Disability. Case 1, The Truth Behind 30 Years of a Low IQ Label. The subject is a 37-year-old male, born full-term with a normal birth weight, but he didn't start walking until 1 year and 4 months, and didn't speak full sentences until about 1 year and 6 months. As a child, his language comprehension fell behind, and he was placed in special education classes. Over time, he began to withdraw from eye contact, felt anxious in complex environments, and became easily agitated if his routine was disrupted. In class, he often stared off into space and needed the teacher to guide him step by step. There was also a seemingly unrelated issue: recurrent diarrhea. Back then, no one made the connection between gut issues and brain development. At around 12 years old, things began to change. Not just a slower pace, but rather stagnation and even regression. The basic skills he had managed to grasp in elementary school, like math and sentence formation, began to deteriorate by middle school. He struggled more and more with walking and often fell without warning. His family noticed that his scoliosis worsened, and when walking, he had to swing his arms out for balance, making his movements look awkward. At this time, he was still diagnosed with low IQ and falling behind. But if an MRI had been done, early white matter abnormalities and mild brain shrinkage would likely have been seen. By his early 20s, the challenges came at him like a series of falling dominoes. His language abilities were almost at a childhood level. Due to poor swallowing coordination, he often choked while eating and had to be hospitalized frequently for aspiration pneumonia. His scoliosis became even more pronounced, and his muscle mass gradually shrank, requiring assistance to walk. His family even began preparing a wheelchair for him. In his 30s, he became increasingly silent and socially withdrawn. His family said, "Call his name and you might get his attention for a brief moment." But this wasn't laziness. It was the emotional numbness and lack of willpower caused by damage to the frontal lobes. What followed was even more heartbreaking. He started self-harming, repeatedly biting his fingers, and eventually had to have his middle fingers amputated due to osteomyelitis. For many patients with severe developmental disabilities, self-harm is a cry for help,